Hey guys, so yeah, last night's video was just me bemoaning the 30th edition, 30th anniversary edition of the Blue Album. Like I said, I really wanted to love it, and it came today. My little 12, well, I wouldn't say little, it's huge. My 21 band equalizer, left and right. I mean, plenty of bands to play with, and so we'll see how that goes. Sorry, this is tilting. And I think, at least at the moment, I've gotten the 45 half speed to someplace where I like it. And so this is also my, not review, because obviously that's the bemoaning video last night. Sorry, I just can't get this right. I think that's as good as I'm going to get. But yeah, I think it sounds great if you can just get it there. I mean, the details are there, the frequencies are definitely there. And you kind of, I will admit, the little 4-band equalizer kind of at the cost of something else. But like I said, the thing I don't like about the Blue Album, the 30th anniversary edition, is that the guitar is just too heavy, too aggressive, and I get it, it's rock. And I mean, I was complaining about this before the video to my husband, and he's like, well, it wasn't produced for you. I'm like, yeah, I know it wasn't produced for me. I mean, I'm not that dumb. But obviously there's got to be fans out there just like me that, we bought it back in 94. And it was like one of those big albums for us in our lives. And like literally, the Weezer Blue Album for me was like the first album that I kind of chose myself musically and stylistically. I loved it. It's like I was kind of into Green Day for a little bit, and I kind of liked the Smashing Pumpkins, of course. And I was kind of into Soundgarden for a bit, but then I grew. I don't know. I was just trying to fit in with people at school, so I ended up buying what they bought, kind of thing. Not really following the herd, but trying to be part of it at some point, and it just didn't work out. And like everything I would do that was just like them, they'd make fun of me about. So I just gave up. And once again, with the Blue Album, with the 30th anniversary, I am not following the herd that says it thinks it sounds great. And I mean, maybe it does on their system. I don't know, because obviously the frequencies are there, the sound is there. So let me sort of get into this, and what I am actually looking for as the sound of what the Blue Album sounds to me. So that aggressive guitar that attacks, and yet in the Blue Album, the anniversary one, I feel like it's overemphasized, where in the original, and what I've heard that I think is the greatest pressing that I have, is it's aggressive, but yet it's sort of like in balance with everything else, and it doesn't cost other bits of the music anything, kind of thing. And that's the thing, is I like that, because I like 70s music, and if there's rock, I just feel like Led Zeppelin 2 that was done by Robert Ludwig. The bass is a bit heavy, but like none of the other frequencies sort of suffer for the bass in your face, kind of thing. But then we sort of go into this too. So you have that guitar that attacks, and it's aggressive because that's rock. But I feel like you still want to hear some of those like finer details in the back of it. You still want those to come out. We're even talking very soft little things that you kind of just hear in the background, and you just kind of know it's there. Like I think there's one in the middle of one of the songs that's like either the keyboard or like an acoustic guitar. You just kind of kind of hear it a bit, and and then you hear like these small chord changes and stuff like that. I feel like you want to hear that stuff. I mean, why put it in? Why would Rivers put it in the song if he didn't want us to hear it, right? Um, and like lyric wise too, it's like, why do we have an aggressive guitar that just covers up the whole song? I mean, the songs are great. It's not like it needs to cover it up. Um, so even though you have that aggressive guitar, all the sounds can punch through, but at the same time, as they were punching through, it doesn't sound disconnected in any way. Like the vocals on 30th anniversary edition, to me, sound very punchy, but they also sound like the guitar's over here, they're over here, and whatever's supposed to be in the middle is just not there. I kind of feel like you've done this with the vocals and done this with the aggressive guitar. And it's like they had to like take it apart for them to punch through that noise, which I keep saying. But basically, the attack of the guitar has to be balanced. You want to hear those softer parts, like the more finer detail parts. This is me going up like what a classical music piece would be like, and what you would want out of the Blue Album if it was considered like that. And it's like, I'm just hoping that I've sort of gotten it through to you, that I'm not angry of the aggressive guitar, because I know it's aggressive. It was aggressive in the 94 album, and that's just rock. I know. I mean, but as I said, it's got to be in balance with everything else. And I would say it's like a sound all of its own, like 90s style, but the production of it wise, like the music, the way it sounds to me is like a 1970s kind of feel. Is that you hear, excuse me, you hear what they want to emphasize and what they want to bring forward, but then you sort of hear the quieter parts back here, and the roles that they play, and I just feel like the songs are just beautifully put together, kind of thing, and it yeah, that's what I was annoyed with, and as I said, I just wanted to get it through to you guys. It's not that I'm being, oh, the guitar is too aggressive, I don't like rock and really. I mean, I can't say I don't like rock and roll. I bought the album in '94, and I mean, heck, I listened to Roy Gallagher, and I love his guitar, and I just found out about him, and I swear his passion for the guitar has reignited my spark of what I like about music. It got me excited again, and this might be why because like right around the time I found out about him, I found out about the Blue Albums getting a 30th anniversary release, and I was ecstatic about that. I was like, oh, the Blue Album, yeah, I love that thing, and so yeah, it's just one of those things, and it does hold like a very special part of like to me, because it was sort of honestly what I like in music now, and the personality I have, I kind of like that. And whereas personally I like it, I should say, and where I like in my 20s I was trying to be somebody else, and in my teens trying to be somebody else. I spent too long doing that. So now I'm just like, if I liked it, I liked it, and I will venture into the band's other stuff, and if I like it, then I probably like the band. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with my 90s music right now. So I've kind of gone off subject on that one, and I didn't mean to. Sorry, guys. But let me go into a little bit more detailed sort of why the Blue Album, the 30th anniversary edition, wasn't really like I expected. And it's, as I said, I want to get rid of the guitar I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose the aggressiveness of it. I want to lose the distortion that I hear. And but it's just you don't want to lose that main guitar's attack. And I also wanted to sort of like get the punchy vocals so it's more connected to the rest of the stuff. And I want the cohesiveness that I think the songs have or should have had. So the quieter parts are actually layered in with that main guitar, and you can kind of hear them. And you might hear like smaller little chord changes of the higher guitar, that kind of thing. And that's what I want to hear. And that's the Blue Album, I think, should sound like. Then, this is the thing though, is I wanted all that stuff, but I didn't want to lose the album's character, because it's just, why would you want to lose that character the reason why I bought the album, So that, moving on, because I don't really have much more to go into, but we'll try to see what comes up, kind of thing. So the MoFi Fidelity one, oh, that was painful. That was painful to listen to. It's really muddy, and I just couldn't keep listening to the Blue Album in such a sad state. Like, I paid $80 for that when it came out, or whatever, and that was 10, 12 years ago. I don't know. Whenever I started buying albums for the Crosley, the Cruiser, I should say, and yeah, I had a choice between it and Smashing Pumpkins' Siamese Dreams, and I chose it. Hang on. Dry throat. But like, this is sort of what inspired me to sort of go out and buy the Target version and listen to the MoFi Fidelity version all at once. Is that I follow another Instagrammer and he's like probably my favorite Instagrammer when it comes to vinyl. I love the aesthetics that he has. He's just a great guy all around, it seems like. And I follow him on Patreon. So I got like early access to that comparison video that he did for the Blue Album. Now, he has an original pressing from the UK. Oh, and his name is Eric, I think. But he has the original pressing from the UK. He has one that came from the same sort of pressing or same remastering that the Target one came from. I don't know when he bought his, but mine's from the 2016 like release or something like that. Then he had the MoFi Fidelity, and of course he had the 45.5 speed 30th anniversary and the single one, like I did. And shoot, I forgot to put down what I thought of it. To be honest with you, the 33.5 single of the 30th anniversary one sounds very much like the 48 and or 45 and half speed, because they're relatively close together, so it doesn't really matter. Although EQ wise, I think I could probably get more detail out of the 45 like I've just done, but I'd have to check that. However, like, I will link his video down below. Yeah, and if you do go check it out, I think you should definitely listen to the clips he has, because there's like a huge difference from what the MoFi Fidelity one sounded like and the others. And like, I was surprised at what I thought was which. Because he just sort of like puts it out and he has letters and he doesn't tell you which one is which until the end of it. And consistently, the one that was the MoFi Fidelity one, I was like, that does not sound right. That doesn't. And I'm thinking, and then when it came up that it was what it was, I was like, it didn't sound like that. It didn't sound like that. And so I was like, I'm going to go downstairs, or if I'm in the living room, I'm going to go back and put that album on and see if it sounds like that. And I put it on, and I'm like, oh my God, it does. I did not notice that. I did not notice how bad it sounded until I got the 30th anniversary one. And that I had even played it on this turntable, and I still thought it sounded great. So, I mean, if you have that one and you don't really want to buy anything else and you think it sounds great, enjoy it, you know? I think the Blue Album should just be enjoyed whatever way you want to enjoy it. And so, like, his video is just as informative. Well, I think it's more informative kind of deal because he actually has clips of the music. And if you do go check out that video, give it a like from me at least, okay? Because I do think the guy does a really good job on his YouTube channel. And so, moving on. Now, excuse me. So, information I've kind of gotten from people in my Facebook group, in one of my Facebook groups, is that the Target release was from a remastering. Excuse me, a remastering, and from like 2004, and the I don't know if they released it in 2004 too, or if it's released in 2012 or 2016, and I have the like 2016 release. And so the place it was pressed was a good place to get pressings from. Excuse me. And not only that, they had used the original stamper. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's the reason why I think it sounds good. And personally, this is my favorite one out of all of them. I mean, this is one you do not have to work at to get good sound and to get clear. I did sort of listen to it this morning, and the attack of the guitar did sound kind of heavy, but I think that's because I've been listening to the 30th anniversary so many times, just trying to figure something out, that it's kind of creeping into that one. And I actually did buy another copy, so I could keep it. I could have one as a listening copy and one for just in case something happens. And I mean, it's a good example that not all digital mastering can ruin albums. But then again, we're talking 10 years after the album came out, they did it then. So maybe the analog tape was in better condition than it was for the 30th. So, and so saying this is that if you want the 30th, I am not going to stop you from getting it. I love the box set. I think it's fun. Maybe a bit on the expensive side, but I've kind of gotten used to things going up in price at the moment, and it's not like I go out and buy box sets every week. So I bought it because I love the album and it looked fun. So I like the little pull string on it, like the Undone song, and I like the 12-sided die, just the aesthetics of the whole thing fits Weezer, fits the the album, and it's just the whole feel of it makes you just kind of feel the same way as if you did when you were 15 or older or younger, picking up this album for the first time. And it's really good, like I said, but it give or take, but it sounds the best. I do not have an original UK pressing, and I'm not going to go out of my way to get one anytime soon because they want. I think the cheapest I saw was like $350. I might pay. I might pay 100, and that's a bit much too. But I mean, I might pay about 100 or so for it, and I know I'll never find it for that price, at least in good condition. So I'm still just kind of listening to things. So saying that, to go sort of even further into this comparison, I decided that I would just go ahead and find the original CD, because I've lost my copy at some point, and I've moved around. I have taken my CDs clear across halfway across the world to England and back. So I'm guessing it's probably been misplaced somewhere when I was bringing albums back either from the UK or going to the UK. And I was just thinking that that is an album that I could probably replace, and maybe this album I wouldn't be able to. And that was how I had to decide what I brought with me. And I still bought too many because I still got charged for like an overweight suitcase because of my CDs. So yeah, but as I was looking for that, I came across one of the really good CDs is the SHM CD from Japan for the 30th, and I thought, well, I'm gonna give it one more chance and see if the CD sounds exactly like the pressings do, and because I hear it on Bluetooth, but I mean, I'm wondering if that's because I hear it there, and I'm thinking, so like at least when that CD comes, I'll probably have had a break from it, so we'll see. But as I said, I've been trying to give that record so many chances for me to like it, and it's been hard. But as I was looking for those things, I came across, I think it's from 2002. It might be a 2002 pressing, or it might actually be from the 2004 pressing, but like released in 2004. Direct to metal mastering, and I mean that's basically it's kind of like a one-step sort of pressing thing. They've removed some of the steps of the pressing, and so it's like the metal is being pressed into the vinyl kind of thing. And those are supposed to be much more detailed, and I mean, it was cheap. Like all the other ones were like 50, 45, something like that, and this one came up for like 25, and I didn't really look at the full details of things. I did see it looked like either very good or very good plus. So, and the album cover looked like that too. So I figured, and it had the hype sticker on it and everything. So I figured the person probably took good enough care of it that it's probably going to be like at least very good plus. So, or very, and I wouldn't say near mint kind of thing, because it's a record, and it's so many years old. You can't expect everything to be perfect unless it's sealed. And although no, I don't remember, but it was like $25, and with shipping, I think I spent 32-ish on it. And so I just went ahead and grabbed it because I just wanted to see what it would sound like up against everything else, and see if I would like it better than the Target pressing. Yeah, I've fallen down the rabbit hole straight down, and I haven't even hit bottom yet. But I think I'm still looking for the iconic sound that maybe I'm remembering it wrong, how it sounded. Because I mean, give me credit. I'm going to say that I probably haven't heard that album in 25 to 20 years, because literally I 15 when I bought it, so then like 20 when I moved to I was 22 when I moved to Las Vegas, and I was 23 when I moved over to England. And I mean, I kind of went through a weird stage in music because I couldn't afford to buy CDs, so I was getting like the free torrent downloads, which are just crappy MP3 things, and then you get like a virus, or you get something illegal, photos that shouldn't even be like attached to the album kind of thing. So yeah, I had gone through all that, and I'm never going to do that again, even if the like quality was good. But I definitely prefer just buying a physical copy of it and paying the money for it. And so yeah, I was going through a stage like that. So I probably have not fully heard the Blue Album on like an original CD or anything that was from like '94, and since 2004, maybe 2003, because I came home in 2007, so it's somewhere around there. I mean, it it kind of got, like I said, I kind of lost it within my moves all over the place, and then I kind of just fell into like the British music that was over there, and honestly, I was being somebody else, and just ironically, I probably lost it when I moved from Las Vegas, and now I'm kicking myself that I lost that original copy of it. So, but yeah, so let's sort of end it on this note that I I do understand how the Blue Album should sound, like the attack of the guitar and its rock, but it's, like I said, too much. And then the whole emphasis on that attack is a bit, just takes away from other things. And as I said, like the Target one is the better of the pressings that I have. And even though that attack is a little bit more forward than I remember it to be, it still feels like it's connected to the rest of the music, to the rest of the vocals, too. And you can still hear the softer details behind it, kind of thing. And, but yeah, and then like with the EQ, when I did the 45 half speed, I got it to the point where I could actually hear that, like a ghost feedback, and the solo for Only in Dreams, and I don't know, I just love that about that solo, and I feel like that some of these finer details that are like that in other songs have gotten lost, and I've kind of tweaked it enough with my EQ to sort of bring that stuff out without losing the characteristics of the album the best I could. And yeah, I'm playing around with it, but I don't want to sit here EQing it during the whole damn album. So, I think I spent the whole entire side of A doing it, which is like 3 songs, and maybe the first song on side B, and then decided that what I had was good enough, and I'm just going to listen to the rest of the album, and maybe if I catch anything, maybe tweak it a little tiny bit more, but I'm not going to sit there and be focused on it. And I mean, there comes a point where you just kind of have to let go and enjoy what you're listening to. And I hit that point, kind of thing. So it's not that I'm not enjoying it, I will. And so yeah, and off that subject now, we're done with that video. I know I promised you guys the whole Weezer fun fact thing, and I realized that Thanksgiving is this week, which I've forgotten about, and Black Friday is going to be on Friday. So I have 2 options. I can either record it tomorrow and put it out sometime tomorrow, or set it up that it is scheduled to come out on Friday, because I am not going to be around on Friday to be able to do a video and put it out right away. And so it's up to you guys, like, do you want me to do it as soon as possible, or on Friday, or maybe wait till Saturday or Sunday to go ahead and put it out? And I mean, with the holiday weekend coming up, and you guys are probably traveling to see in-laws and stuff like that, or family elsewhere, or just busy with your own sort of Thanksgiving stuff in your house. So I'm gonna leave that one up to you, because I do want to put that video out, but I also want to put that video out when you guys can enjoy it and take your time kind of digesting what I have to say, I guess. And so yeah, let me know in the comments. I know there's one person that like has commented on my videos enough that, and he's a really nice guy, so I will listen to him. And if you guys want me to do it sooner, or try to get it out on Friday, or whatever, I want your feedback because I want to give that video to you, and I don't have a problem putting it out tomorrow. I don't have a problem scheduling it for Friday. I don't have a problem holding off until next Monday or Saturday or Sunday or something like that. But just let me know. And on that note, I'm finished. So you guys have a good night. Good night. Good week. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. And if you're not, have a nice week anyways. And guys in the U.S., don't eat too much turkey or pumpkin pie, you know? I mean, my favorite thing is the pumpkin pie. I'm sure that's everybody else's. So I will see you guys sometime either in the near future, Friday or Saturday, or sometime next week before next week's video. And like I said, I promised this video to you, so I feel like I owe it to you. You did what I needed you to do and what I asked you to do, so I need to pay up. And see you guys. Thank you. Like, subscribe. Go check out the video I'm going to link down below, Vinyl Rewind by Eric. And as I said, if you do go see his video, and just give him a like for me, kind of deal. Yeah, have a good week. I hope to see you sooner rather than later, but you know, I'll do my best. Bye.